Hi everyone, my name is Mary and welcome back to Quinn Ink. As you can see in front of me, we are going to be working on the Batman blanket, section 2, part 2 of the wing section. And as you can see, I changed it to square 2 because that's what this is. And as you can see, we do not have very much to do, so we're just going to have a little section of yellow and the rest of it is all going to be in black. And I have done one of the sections to show you what it looks like. And as you can see, it's all black, and then you just have this little tiny section. So this video should be fairly short, not too long. And so the only colors you're going to need is going to be yellow and black, and then you're going to need your 5.5 millimeter hook. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to get this done. Okay, so now that you've grabbed your yarn and your 5.5 millimeter hook, let's make a slip knot real quick. And we're going to be doing foundation double crochets like we have been in all the videos. There we go. Move the yarn out of the way. Okay, so to make a foundation double crochet, you're going to yarn over and go through that first loop and pull up a loop. That'll make a chain. I like to hold on to it, yarn over and make a second chain and pull up a loop. Make sure you always have some slack, and there's your chain. And then you're going to see these little bumps right here. Those are the bumps that you can work into, or if you're having problems, you can just go right into the stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, grab our working yarn and pull up a loop. Make sure they're a little bit loose, you don't want them too tight. Grab your working yarn, we're going to make a chain just like we just did, and you're going to pull it through that first loop. And then you're going to yarn over, go through 2, and go through 2. And that's how you make your chain and your double crochet. We're going to make 8 of these. So yarn over, go back into that stitch, like that. Grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. Make sure everything is loose. You don't want it tight. Grab your working yarn and pull through only that first chain or loop. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. By this time you should be able to turn your work and see this stitch right here. I'll zoom in a little bit. It kind of looks like it's a little twisted, so that is where you're going to be putting your hook underneath, and that is what makes your stitches. So we are going to need to make 8 of these yellow foundation double crochets. I just made 2, so you're just going to make 6. I will show you what to do once I've made 6. Alrighty, so I made my 7 foundation single crochets. I made 6 more. If you're not sure how many you made, you can always turn your work over, and on the very top right here you have these little V stitches where you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on my hook is number 7. And then you're going to flip your work back over to the bottom where your yarn tail is. Make sure that when you grab your black yarn that that you make a slip knot. Now if we look at our little graph here, I made some little notations down here at the bottom saying make 8 yellow, and then we're going to transition to the black. So that's why I made number 7. So you're going to yarn over, go into those 2 stitches, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. Grab your working yarn and make a chain. Grab your working yarn and only pull through 2 because we're making a double crochet, but we want to attach this black yarn to transition now to the black. Grab that loop and finish that double crochet. You're going to see a little knot right here. Make sure you pull on the yellow to secure that little guy, not too tight. Grab the black yarn tail and the yellow working yarn, and you're going to make a double knot, and this will secure it. Try not to tie it too tight, make it pretty loose, not too loose, not too tight, and that way it will secure your work. If you make this too tight, the stitches will compress and be a little bit difficult to crochet. Now you're going to pick up your black yarn. You're going to take the black yarn tail and the yellow, grab it with your middle finger and pull down, because now we're going to be double crocheting in the black. So yarn over, go under the 2 yellow bars, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 1, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. We need to make 20 foundation double crochet stitches. We're on 9, so we need to make 11. Okay, so I'm going to make 11 foundation single crochets. As you can see here, we're right on 9, and then I'm going to make, well, we made 9, so we're going to need to make 10 more to get to 20. Okay, so you're going to make 10 more foundation double crochets. I will meet you back at number 20 and show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm back and I just need to make 1 more foundation double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the stitch, grab my working yarn and pull up a loop, grab my working yarn and pull through 1 to make that chain, grab my working yarn and pull through 2, pull through 2. Since we're working on the bottom, you're going to want to chain 1 and flip your work up. Now we're going to be working on the top. You're going to yarn over, go into that very first stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. We're making double crochets now, and you're going to double crochet until you get to about right here, and then I'm going to show you how to transition from the black to the yellow. I will see you in just a few moments. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I know I told you I'd meet you right here. The reason why I didn't is because this is your transition stitch. So this is where you're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab the black with your middle finger, pick up the yellow yarn, grab your yellow yarn and finish off that double crochet by pulling through both stitches. Grab your black yarn and pull it a little tight, not too tight. Yarn over, pick up the fake stitch, go into the stitch, hold on to all 3 of them, and the reason why I say 3 is because if you pull this apart it looks like 3 stitches. You see that? So you want to hold on to those, grab your working yarn and pull through nice and slowly, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. Double crochet until you get to the end. I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, so I made it to the end. So you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. That finishes off row number 2, if you're wondering which row we were on. So the foundation row is row number 1, this is row number 2. Chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to start row number 3. Yarn over, go into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. Double crochet 1 stitch before the last stitch. I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, I made it 1 stitch before the transition. So you're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn, pull through 2. Grab the yellow with your middle finger, pick up your black yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 to finish off with the double crochet. Grab your yellow, pull on it slightly, yarn over, pick up the fake stitch, and pick up the actual stitch. Grab your working yarn and pull through, grab your working yarn and pull through, and grab your working yarn and pull through. Double crochet until you get to the end. We're going to pause right here for just a moment. So we are on row number 3. We just finished the transition right here. As you get to this one, I will show you what to do once you get to the end, because when you come up back up here, as you can see, there's no more transition. So I'm going to show you how to grab your yellow and carry it with you to the very last stitch. Alrighty, so I will be back in just a few moments. Alrighty, I made it to the other side. We're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. That will finish off row number 3. Now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, we're going to double crochet into the very first double crochet. Okay, so we're going to double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Double crochet until you get to this stitch, and I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, so I made it to that stitch. Now this would be your transition stitch right here, but since we're not transitioning, you're going to hold your black working yarn, pull up your yellow yarn, and you're going to put it right on top of these stitches. That's what you're going to do. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, make sure you have all the stitches on top so it kind of wraps around like a U shape, so it goes under the crochet hook and over. Grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. You're going to kind of pull on that yellow a little bit and hold it. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. That is how you put your stitches in between your next stitches on top. So we're going to do that one more time. Yarn over, go into the stitch. Make sure your yellow yarn is on top of the stitches. Grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. Grab your working yarn and pull through 2. I am sorry, my yarn is catching. Okay, so that is how you do it. When you get to the end, you kind of want to pull on it slightly, not too much. So you're going to double crochet until you get to this stitch, and then we're going to transition back to the yellow stitch, and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I'm back and I made it 2 stitches before the end, and the reason why is because the stitch before last is going to be your transition stitch. That means you're going to yarn over, go into the yellow with that yellow still on top, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, drop your black yarn, pick up that yellow and finish off that double crochet. Pull on the black a little bit to secure it and double crochet into the very last stitch. Whoop. And there you go. And if we put this down for a minute and look at where we're at, we are actually on row number 4. We just finished it. We're going to work on row number 5 and row number 6. Once we get to row number 7, all you'll have to do is double crochet in black. So we're going to pick this one back up. We're going to yarn over, turn our work, double crochet into that yellow. This one is also going to be a transition stitch. Grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, grab your working yarn and pull through 2. You're going to drop the yellow, you're going to pick up the black, and you're going to finish off that double crochet. You're going to yarn over, pick up the fake stitch, pick up the regular stitch, grab your working yarn and pull through 2, and pull through 2. Double crochet, and I will meet you right back here. Okay, so I made it to the end. I have one more stitch to finish off this row, and this is row number 5. Now that finishes off row number 5, and we're going to be working on row number 6. So chain 1, turn your work, double crochet into that first double crochet, and double crochet until you get to 1 stitch before the transition stitch. This will finish off the yellow, and then it'll all be in black. So I will see you once I get to 1 stitch before the end. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I made it right here to the transition. I know I told you I was going to make it right here. Alright, so this transition is going to be a little different. So I am going to go in just a little bit so you can see this. Let's see if we can move this black out of the way so you can see it a little better. So what we're going to be doing is yarning over, going into that stitch, grabbing our working yarn and pulling up a loop, grabbing our working yarn and pulling through 2. Grab the black with your middle finger, pick up the yellow. Finish off that double crochet by pulling through both stitches, grab your black and pull on it. You're also going to put the black on top of this yellow stitch because this is the last yellow stitch that we're going to be making. Yarn over, pick up the fake, pick up the yellow stitch and the black on top of it, hold all of them, grab your working yarn and pull through. Now you're going to grab your working yarn and pull through 2 yellows, drop the yellow, and pick up the black yarn. This is a very strange transition, and the reason why is because this is going to end the 3 yellows. And if we put this down for a moment, you'll see that we only needed to make 1, 2, and 3 yellows and back to the black. That is row number 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That ended row number 6. Chain 1 and turn your work. Put down your work. Grab your scissors. Make a sort of like a long yarn tail and cut your yarn. So that way you can sew this in for later. Yarn over, go back into that yellow stitch, grab your working yarn, pull through 2, and pull through 2. You're now going to double crochet into every stitch for the next 14 rows. So from here, we'll do it. So if you go across, so from right here all the way up to row 20. I will meet you back at row number 20. All you're doing is double crocheting in black. No more transitioning. Everything is done. So all you're going to do is double crochet back and forth. So you're going to double crochet across this row. When you get here, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, double crochet all the way back until you get to row number 20. That'll be 14 rows that you have to double crochet. I will see you back in 14 rows. Alrighty, I am back and I double crocheted all 14 rows. I'm going to yarn over, go into my stitch, grab my working yarn, pull up a loop, grab my working yarn and pull through 2, grab my working yarn and pull through 2. I finished all 20 rows, and I also cut my yarn, so I'm just going to yarn over, go through that stitch and pull, whoops, right through, securing it. So this is what all 20 rows looks like. Okay, so again, this was the Batman blanket section 2, part 2 of the wing section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. If you wouldn't mind, don't forget to scroll down and leave me a like. And if you like more of these videos, or you thought it was wonderful or interesting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Again, my name is Mary, and this is Quinn Ink, and this was the Batman Blanket 2.2 wing section. I hope everybody has a safe day, and don't forget, happy crocheting. Bye-bye.